Is her name Jordan with a Y?
I don't know.
Bill. Buddy.
Billy?
Well then, hello, and welcome to this very special 2 new episode of the Review Movie podcast. My name is Paul. I'm a co-host of this podcast.
And my name is Ben, and we've never said too new before. That's a new thing.
Didn't we for Twister $? Twisters?
That wasn't maybe it was a two.
It was just a standalone, had just come out.
But we had, because we had done Twister
right
with Sarah Coates. We hadn't done Twister $sign yet. So yeah, I guess you're right, yeah.
Sarah Coates, come back.
Come back to us.
Yeah. We are doing a film that is a little outside of our normal rules, which is a movie that's 7 years old or older. Mm-hmm. This is not that. It is a 2 new. It is 2 hours and 22 minutes or less. Believe it or not, Ben.
I believe it.
It says right on the tracker thing and on the IMDb.
Yeah.
It is less than that. It is not part of any major franchise. Will it be?
Maybe.
Does the Reedcutter enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
The Reedcutter will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Bring him back, honestly. I thought of Terrence Stamp.
Oh, yeah,
when I saw
sure.
This actor, his name is...
a non-actor.
Garrett Knobe.
Yeah, an actual Reedcutter.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
That is so hard to believe because a lot of these people in this cast are non-actors.
Yeah.
And it's what naturalistic direction this movie had. So we hope he'll be back in
Avengers Doomsday.
Avengers Doomsday very, very soon. That's the one turn I would expect in this movie. Every other turn that happens in a vehicle, I'm like, oh
yeah.
It's very unsettling. But
I was going to say this episode is brought to you by Avengers Doom, but we got a cease and desist, so we can no longer mention that movie.
Yeah, and that movie has one production company that's very powerful, and somehow more powerful than the 38 production companies that made this movie.
This was like when we saw Late Night with the Devil.
Yep.
And I remember like, oh, this certainly is the movie. And it's just like another graphic of a robot jumping into a hole. And you're like, oh, here's a goat in a field. This certainly is it's just kept going.
The sentimental value, same thing.
Yeah.
This is what independent
film
is now. Money comes from the government and public funds and from all sorts of places. And
not this government.
No.
Okay.
No.
Want to be clear.
No. Not the American government.
Nothing bad could happen.
But it is really cool that it helps an artistic vision keep its integrity exactly as I think the filmmaker really intended in the end. Because this is same writer, director, same.
Yeah.
Okay, so Reedland. Ben.
Yes.
Outside of watching Reedland. What you been doing?
What you been doing? What you been doing?
We had the holidays pass, and I realized I haven't really talked about how much I play games. On this program. Games of all sorts. The video variety, the board variety, the card variety. Over the holiday season, I played a lot of games with some friends and with Jessica Aaron Martin. We played both of Neil Patrick Harris's puzzle box games called Box 1 and Box 2. Very fun. I played with a few friends a video game called Overcooked. Do you know this game?
Oh, yeah.
Where you are running around in a kitchen having to cook up meals and get them out in time, which is a very funny game for me because I worked in a restaurant for many years. It truly brings back PTSD.
Are you yelling behind and stuff like while you're playing the game?
I have taken on the role of expediter because that was what I did in restaurants where as orders come on, I will shout out what we need and then sell them, which is what I did. And it's so funny because me and my friends will be playing that and like be stressed and communicating, and they'll be like little microaggressive, passive aggressive comments like during the stress, and then we finish and get to the end of that level and we've succeeded, but everyone feels like shit. And I'm like, now you know how it feels like to work in a restaurant.
Is that a dopa hit? Is that a dopamine hit of some sort? What is that?
Yeah, well, it's like, it's like when you find the laser focus and you're just like, I remember doing it in restaurants when you get so busy that you're like, surely we're not going to get out of the weeds. And you do. And there's this sensation of like, yeah, we did it, but I feel like shit and I'm going to drink myself into a coma.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, that's kind of why restaurant employees are famously.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you said get out of the weeds, I thought get out of the reeds. Because I have a laser focus also. It's Cyclops. I'm leading the way.
Smoking the weeds with your laser focus.
That also. Ben, are you wondering at all what we're doing here?
Yeah, I am. I am curious because I feel like if anyone did click on this who hasn't seen Reedland, they're probably like, what's this?
Holy shit.
What is this about?
What is this Scandinavian, this Dutch movie from Holland? What are we doing talking about this on the review? Yeah. Well, Ben, I'll tell you, I think someone on a marketing team or publicity team randomly typed movie reviews, improv, inflated sense of self-esteem, whatever. I don't know what all they Googled, but somehow they found us, had a very obtuse conversation over email with one of these representatives. And I literally said, this would fit in our format under this specific thing. We're happy to do it, but also like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, are you sure? And they were like, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah. And you and I communicated about this and we were like, yeah, all right. We've given them fair warning. Yeah. In terms of, here we
sure
go.
Did. I mean, this is what our show is. And like they said, buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, it's time for the bonanza.
So we did.
Ben's blockbuster bonanza time, and Reedland fits right into that as well. Somehow we're going to turn this movie into the biggest franchise. It will be the new Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it was like, how did this happen? I mean, and if you haven't heard that episode yet, look forward to it. I don't know. Yeah. Reedland, these folks wanted us to watch it. Maybe it was who reviews Scandinavian movies, and they saw we did Let the Right One In and did not listen to it.
Oh, clearly they did not listen to it. Yeah.
We want to be detectives here, podcast true crime detectives like Johan. Yeah, in this film
for a little bit.
Not that it's not a podcast thing. He's just a capable guy. He's not meddling.
Yeah, he's doing stuff.
He's being meddled with. Yeah. Yeah. Are we sure? Are you sure? Because is there any clear? Hey, Ben, now that we've talked about how we got here, yeah, what have you been watching? What am I watching?
Well, I've been watching a few Netflix shows.
Ooh, go on.
January famously is a dumping ground in movie theaters for movies that sometimes you get some of those award movies that will pop out, but mostly it's not pulling me to the theater. So I've been just watching. I started Death by Lightning on Netflix.
No.
It's a miniseries that is about the presidency of Garfield. It is directed. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's a very lasagna heavy presidency.
He hated Mondays. Hates Mondays. Otis is the VP.
Famously. Yeah. I think John's the VP. Otis is the secretary.
Or intern, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's direct. I forget who the creator is, but it's directed by the guy who did Captain Fantastic. It's only like 3 or 4 episodes.
Okay. And
the writing is pretty good. The designs are pretty strong for a Netflix series, and like especially for a period piece. I didn't really know much about the presidency of Garfield.
Do you feel like you do now?
Or the VP Chester A. Arthur. The best part about it is the acting. It's got incredible actors in it. Michael Shannon plays Garfield. Nick Offerman plays Chester A. Arthur. Betty Gilpin plays his wife. Bradley Whitford's in it. It's a very well cast show, and for whatever I think the budget might be, it's well designed for a period piece. So yeah, and the other thing I was watching is this silly game show called What's in the Box, hosted by Neil Patrick Harris.
Okay.
Another Neil Patrick Harris reference today.
Okay.
Which is basically like a white elephant gift, but if it was a game show.
Okay.
So they like answer trivia questions, and then if they get a certain amount right, they get to open a gift, and then there's wild cards that someone could steal it from them. And so these are like big giant gifts, like a trip to Finland, or, designer luggage with a trip to the Mediterranean or something like that. It's kind of trashy, but it's fun, like just to have it on in the background for a trivia game show with NPH, and
somebody wins a Skoda or a Saab or whatever, something cool. Oh, something fun.
There were 2 cars that were won on it, and they were 2 electric vehicles that I had not heard of the brand before. It was like is it Lotus? No, that's not right. It was like Lucid.
Oh yeah, Lucid.
I hadn't heard of that before.
They're very, very premium. They're quite fancy.
Okay.
I believe Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpening, the 2 gentlemen who founded and invented Tesla, they are behind, or at least one of them is behind Lucid potentially.
Okay.
But they're great cars, I guess.
Cool. Well, anyway, that's what we've been watching.
Is it disturbing to you at all that the term "what's in the box" and what that originally refers to is now just part of like hilarious?
Listen to our 7 episode.
Please do.
With John O'Matt. Yeah, I mean, it's not lost on me for sure.
It's so crazy to me. It's so bizarre. What have I been watching?
Yeah.
I got on a binge of Antiques Roadshow.
Ooh, okay.
I grew up with that.
Yeah, me too.
I also grew up with like Sesame Street and Carmen Sandiego and Ghost Rider and Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers and Yan Can Cook and Julia Child and Are You Being Served and Mr. Bean.
Okay.
And all of these great programs through PBS. And I just think they're so wonderful and they need to be cherished. And I know a lot of the ones I'm just talking about are, you mentioned Vice President Chester A. Arthur. There's also Arthur, the whatever the hell that is.
He's an aardvark.
Arthur the aardvark.
Come on.
Anteater? I don't know. Arthur, he's an animal. I knew he was an animal.
We got Garfield on the show. We got Arthur on this show.
Carmen Sandiego, where the hell did she come from? I don't know.
San Diego.
Oh, well, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. I never thought of it that way. I wanted to talk about those things briefly, and I also wanted to talk about just how that kind of leads into culture. And I watched the documentary about Roger Ebert, a great, widely known film critic. Very difficult to watch at times for different reasons, but ultimately really, really lovely and well made and well done, and cooperation of not only the Ebert family, but also like producers Martin Scorsese on that and various other folks. And even his contemporaries that he disagreed with, that there was this massive mutual respect in the community, it seemed, for he for they and they for he, and et cetera, et cetera. And
does it go into
that was pretty cool?
Ebert and Siskel's sort of like
tete-a-tete.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah. And especially kind of the friendship toward the end of Siskel's life.
Okay.
And what they meant to each other, and that the posthumously folks speaking in this documentary at times are like, these 2 men just loved each other. Like in the end, the fact that like they hated each other, but they loved each other. They were in constant competition. And last thing I want to talk about, a thing that really irked Gene Siskel at times, a movie that I watched with the B-Dog with Special K in Paris, and was lucky enough to be there in that situation, and put on Kindergarten Cop, a movie that has children in peril and things of that nature and whatever. And I actually really watched it. I got the Kino Lorber 4K for the Christmas holiday. Not only is it just like a beautifully shot movie, and it clips right along in terms of the script, and it subverts a lot of expectations, which are great after the first act it's playing into them. But aside that, like, it kind of seriously tackles the subject of child abuse and spousal abuse. And that's kind of a brave thing that existed in that time when we talk about movies of that ilk of the PG-13 rating.
Sure, yeah.
The kind of teeth that they had. And it's an unnecessarily good movie, and it was a good time rewatching it.
I haven't seen that in a while. I'd like to revisit it.
I would happily loan it to you. I need to still watch Memories of a Murder. I need to loan you Kindergarten Cop.
Memories of Murder is going to come up as we talk about this movie.
Yeah, as we're talking about movies to do with murder mysteries. That's part of why I brought up Kindergarten Cop. There's a little bit, there's a mystery, there's a murder.
Before we move on, follow-up question about the Ebert documentary. Do they talk about how in Godzilla 2000, the mayor is named Mayor Ebert and the assistant mayor is Assistant Mayor Siskel?
No, I wish they did.
Do you remember that?
Yes. And also Ebert goes into it in his book.
He does.
In one or multiple of his books. And I think to a degree seemed like he saw it as like a bit of an honor.
It's so weird.
An honor to be mentioned.
I remember thinking, oh, this is an egregious ask for like a positive review. That's how I felt.
Oh, I don't disagree necessarily depending on your disposition, but if somebody killed me in an official like Toho co-produced Godzilla movie, I would be fucking thrilled.
Okay, that's fair.
I would be thrilled about that. Ben, I think it's time that we talk a little bit about Reedland.
Let's do it.
Archaeology is the search for fact.
Reedland was released just this last year in 2025. Amongst the many, many production companies, it was produced by Viking Film and the Party Film Sales. It's unrated as of this point, as I could find. I don't know if you have different information there.
No.
And IMDb says hour 45. The press kit that we received from Mystery Person that is championing this film says it's an hour 51. I believe that's what the Vimeo link said to me for the cut that we got.
Yeah, they might have not included credits in IMDb, but they should.
They might not have, or
maybe it's different for.
It might be a different cut in terms
Yeah.
of what was submitted and what we saw. So, is to be mentioned. What we will not be mentioning is the budget of this film. It is a mystery.
Oh, solve that mystery.
Yeah, what kind of crazy embezzlement, like money laundering thing is this with all these production companies?
This episode is brought to you by Mysteries.
That's mysterious. What that'll be about in the end.
What's it going to be?
Who's to say? Is it about San Diego?
Ooh,
Mysterious.
yeah.
We've got to figure that out in perfect harmony with our 5 friends. The IMDb score of this movie is 6.6 out of 10. It's 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the Letterboxd is a fairly favorable 3.3. You can follow us on Letterboxd. I'm at Paul X Badley.
I'm at Run BMC. Awards and selections for this film. It was a Cannes Film Festival Critics Grand Prix nomination, a New Zealand International Film Festival Best Film nomination, a Stockholm Film Festival Best Film nomination, a Gold Hugo Best New Director nomination, and it was submitted for the Oscar Best Foreign Language from the Netherlands.
And Ben is being specific about that because part of the press kit we received said, we are submitting this for consideration for Best Foreign Language Film. And we were like, that's stupendous. So great. And we found out in the meantime that unfortunately they did not make that short list.
No. That is hard.
Oh my goodness. One of the most competitive categories ultimately when you consider what must be submitted and from where.
As far as and I haven't seen them, but as far as I understand it, there is a strong category this year.
Okay.
There's The Secret Agent, which I hear is really good. Surat, I hear, is another one. And then there's the new Park Chan-wook film with the guy from Squid Games.
Would Sentimental Value be considered for that, or just Best Picture overall, maybe?
I think that was on the Best Picture. What?
I mean, a good chunk of it is in English.
Don't know. It's foreign language film,
right?
So
What's the percentage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about Letterboxd breakdowns earlier as we were just discussing Letterboxd, and it's like, how does this work that we love crude humor? What exactly does that mean?
Satire and crude humor were both of our top genres.
Because Sean Penn got a boner in that one movie? And I like crude humor. What?
Moses Olsen had a subgenre that was car.
Just car.
I was like, is house a subgenre? Is shoe a subgenre?
Did he listen to our Maximum Overdrive episode and go, yes, 5 times in a row?
Well, that's trucks.
And then listen to our Speed episode and go, yes, 5 times in a row.
Well, that would just be
Vehicles. Yeah.
not car.
Yeah. What month was that? Let's skip it. Ben, I'm going to tell you about some of the people that were involved in this movie. The director and writer of this film is Sven Bresser. The Summer and All the Rest, Free Fight, She Used to Sing Here. Cinematography is Sam Dupont, Champ, Birdland, Zomerwacht. Music is Mitchell van Dinter. This is the first available credit for Mitchell. Likey de Jong, She Used to Sing Here. Cast, again, these are like non-actor first-time performers. Garrett Knob as Johan is a Reedcutter by trade.
Which I think is pretty important for the movie with how in detail it shows you the process of cutting reed, and someone who doesn't, I mean, you know, there are actors who will throw themselves into that for sure, but it's one of the things, it's a process that I don't think most people know anything about. So it is fascinating to watch.
I do assume that Sven Bresser has some sort, either really immersed themselves in this thing, this profession, and or comes from this generationally something.
There was a thing I think I saw in the
press
credits that's that said, it was in, I had to see it in a review that somebody else wrote, but because they translated it, but it said something like, "Thank you for finding my story, Mom." So I think that there's something very personal in this particular story for him.
Back to the cast. Lois Reinders was Dana, first credit. Myrte Lebris was Afke, was in a television show called Cramp. And Dirk Brand was the police, I guess, commissioner. And that is
small cast.
Dirk's first available credit. There are a few other people, but it is a very small cast. Can we...
Fun facts?
Let's do the fun facts.
Fun facts, everybody. It's fun fact time.
Hasta la vista, a horse.
This is me, Arnold
Hasta la vista,
and this
a
is me on
horse
the screen
received
here, right
4th
across the camera.
billing in the ending credits, playing the role of Johann's horse, Grease? Greets?
I wish I were...
A beautiful horse.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And the horse is killed or shot. I think it's killed.
Something.
But the whole time I had to be telling myself, that horse is actually fine.
Usually we just type a bunch of cats.
Yeah, you do. You do. I agree with that.
Because I struggle. We both struggle with animal things like that.
Yeah. Tell people...
I didn't Google, did the horse die? Does the horse die?
Does that exist? Is that a thing?
Well,
is it a sub of...
It's a subgenre.
Did the dogs die?
Yeah, it's a subgenre.
I believe it.
On Letterboxd, horse dying.
What's in the box? It's the horse's head.
What's in your bed? Yeah, what's in my bed?
What's in the bed? We normally do a log line here. Ben, will you give us the premise, just because I think the log line's a little too brief?
Reedcutter Johan discovers a dead girl on his land and is overcome by an ambiguous guilt. While taking care of his granddaughter, he sets out on a quest to track down evil, but darkness can thrive in unexpected places.
This is a little more finite about things than I felt in terms of the movie.
Yeah, I think we'll get there.
Is it a quest? Is it, if you were to use the definition of a quest or an adventure as a pragmatic Scandinavian, would you say this is a quest?
I thought it started that way for me. I thought it started with a call to adventure.
Okay,
I don't feel like it answered the call.
This gets me excited. We are going to go on a break. This is mysterious, I'm feeling.
Brought to you by Mysteries.
Ooh, scary stories we tell in the dark. This could be that. Which one is told in this movie? Ben, we completed the triangle. We'll be back. We'll play Cinephile, and then we'll talk about Reedland.
All the fun things. Attention, Hollywood. 1448 Hollywood, the world's quickest theater festival, is back. That is right. We are back. 1448 Hollywood is back for the 4th season. That's right. We've done 4 years, people, and we are here bringing you some wild, random, chaotic art directly to your eyeballs. No AI involved. What is 1448 Hollywood, you might ask? 1448 Hollywood is a festival, a 48-hour theater festival where we bring in over 50 theater artists from across the Los Angeles area and beyond to participate and create and write and rehearse and direct and score and tech and light and present 14 plays in only 48 hours. What does that mean? That means on Thursday night, we all get together and then our writers will go home that night and each write a 10-minute play, an original play based on a theme that we have chosen at random. They will deliver those plays Friday morning. The directors will pull what play they're doing at random. They'll pull which actors are in their play at random. We rehearse all day. We present those Friday night. Friday night, we pull a new theme and the writers go home and write a brand new play. They turn those in Saturday and we do the whole dang thing over again, performing 14 plays in only 48 hours. It is an amazing event. It is a beautiful gathering of creative community, and we just want to share that with you. So you can come and check it out at the Broadwater main stage, which is in Hollywood on Santa Monica Boulevard, February 6th and 7th. There are 2 shows a night, 7:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. And guess what? It's pay what you can. We will accept anything: pocket lint, $1 million, a quarter, advice on what I should do with my hair now that I'm turning 40. That's a good question. I don't know. Should I bleach it? Should I have should I go crazy? I'm not sure. But anyway, come on by. You'll see me. I'm sure you'll see the burrito. You might see some other folks that you're familiar with from the review-averse. I just made that up. There's a review-averse. And they will be around, and you get to be part of this community as an audience member. And if you'd like to participate next year, you should come see it, come volunteer, come hang out, and then we'll get you in there next year. Anyway, 1448 Hollywood, the world's quickest theater festival, an official company partner with the Broadwater, is performing February 6th and 7th, 2026, 7:30 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Pay what you can. We'll see you there.
Hey, it's your co-host Paul, reminding you that this episode is literally brought to you by Reedland. If not for Reedland, we would not be recording this episode. I would not be editing this episode. You would not be listening to this if it weren't for Reedland and our good friends at the Party Film Sales. So don't forget, our Reedland episode is brought to you by Reedland, written and directed by Sven Bresser. Also, this episode is brought to you by The Review. Follow us on Blue Sky and Instagram at ReviewX2Podcast, on Letterboxd at Paul Acts Badly, and at RunBMC. Thanks so much. Back to the program. Welcome back, everybody. You didn't see that coming.
It's mysterious.
You heard it happening. You couldn't see it coming.
Wow, that is mysterious.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
I didn't. Oh, Professor Plum in the reeds with the
fire with the fire fork.
Dude, yeah, he has the pitchfork.
He's just walking around and it's like fully on fire.
Dude,
I did that shit in when I was in high school, living out in the sticks. Just pick up fire and move it. But I was an idiot.
Oh, I spent some time working on my mom's dad's property when I was a kid. When I got old enough, was handed a chainsaw, had to take care of horse shit, had to take care of chicken shit, feed some of these animals, help take care of their cats, all this kind of stuff. As well as when I got old enough, they were like, okay, here are gloves and goggles and a chainsaw, follow them.
Yeah.
And that was just the way it was. So there is a level of just oh yeah, that happens during this movie that maybe you do, we're thinking about some of that stuff as well.
Yeah.
It is an insane amount of work. We don't use AI, not intentionally. And that's the thing. Who's to say on this podcast, but a lot of time is spent by people doing stuff.
You can't AI farm work
or bad fades. Terrible fades and edits. There is a way to help that, I'm sure. What it is, I don't know. Enjoy this marketing team of Reedland.
Do you know Cinephile?
I do. This is a game where Ben is going to have me draw a card. It will have the picture of an actor, the name of that actor, and a movie they were in. I will get a freebie.
You get the freebie, yeah.
And Ben and I will go back and forth until someone cannot name a film that actor was in, and they will tell their initial rating of Reedland.
Shuffle up and deal. Ooh, that one?
Take right from the middle.
Okay. Just Gambit over here.
Will Ferrell, Step Brothers.
Well, we just holidayed it, so I'm going Elf, baby.
Semi-Pro.
Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Ooh, I used to own that movie.
I own it digitally, so I borrow a lease that is owned by some other entity.
Anchorman.
Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues.
Old School.
Zoolander.
Megamind?
Zoolander 2.
Oh, is he in Zoolander 2?
He is, for certain.
Okay. I was going to go there, and then I got scared.
You can challenge me.
No, I believe you.
Okay.
Night of the Roxbury.
I think you got me.
Yes.
Yikes. I know there are a million things. Wedding Crashers. If I would have had just a little more time, but I think I needed to take the loss there.
Speaking of this movie, Eurovision.
Eurovision. This made me think of that movie. I'm so glad you said that. There is a girl singing where it's like, you got dreams, kid. And it made me think of Eurovision.
I like that movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great Kristen Wiig movie.
Yeah.
Great Dan Stevens movie.
Dan Stevens
Listen
is
to
great.
our guest episode.
Dan Stevens is great in that movie.
He's so fantastic. What a special actor he is. I want to say what special visually the presentation of this movie is. What a special thing the audio of this movie is in terms of the professional polish. This was made by people who know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And almost every frame is nearly a painting.
Yeah.
It's a very, very pretty movie.
It is. Yeah. I do think we lost maybe some of the quality in the stream, in the Vimeo stream.
No knocks to Vimeo. No, we don't want you to catch any strays, Vimeo. But yeah, some of the encoding was a bit bizarre. Like, kind of cool that part of the encoding that it's so hard to make up the way these reeds move in the wind and what they're showing you in terms of the winds of change. And as that seems to be quite a recurring theme in this movie.
Yeah.
So that is the other thing about this movie is it can be repetitive in ways and can be very long at the tooth in the edit. My good God, did I not realize how much my disposition is for American movies, things that have some sort of tidy kind of wrap up or some sort of bigger thing at play, and that I deserve to know what that is. And that is that type of thing that really only exists in the movies. You don't get these tidy types of, I mean, another movie I thought of was like Blue Velvet with,
I thought of Lynch.
Yeah, I thought of Lynch as well. I thought of The Straight Story at a couple different points. And I even sent you the Eagle Theater at Vidiots is going to show The Limey with Terrence Stamp, R.I.P. Like, I thought about Terrence Stamp so many times looking at Garrett Knob, and not only because he looks like Terrence Stamp, this is a guy with a level of charisma, with a level of command, and like an ability, I think, as an actor that a lot of people probably don't have, in that I think this person was so malleable to direction and comfortable with being directed in whatever the environment. This man seemed to be just so comfortable with who he is and being in whatever environment he was in. I ultimately give this movie, and I think this is kind of a generous rating, because I think the movie is massively successful at making me believe or think whatever, that something should or could or would happen at any time. There's a level of suspense that exists in this movie that not every movie that wants to capture it can capture. And I think this movie captures it well. 3 front-loading washing machines. That's not how that's supposed to work.
Yeah. But it does.
But the movie's so quiet.
I have a front-loading one.
Yeah, and they do that thing where they do sometimes have to balance a load and there's a banging noise or whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. And also just so much of this movie is told through audio. It's a very lonely, solitary experience. You're having the experience is kind of a voyeur in Johan's life for this period.
Yeah.
3. Very glad to have seen it.
Okay. It's no surprise we both watched this through Vimeo, but I watched it on my OLED 4K television.
Always
and
the dollars.
There were times that it was very dark, that I couldn't actually see what the image was because the darks on my TV are just they're so dark.
Which is what you want.
Which is what you want. I think that's partially the encoding from Vimeo is like it just can't. It's like that penultimate episode of Game of Thrones, the long night or whatever.
I'm talking to the wrong fucking guy, bro. I haven't seen a single episode.
Well, yeah,
that's not true. I saw the first 2.
Okay, I've read the books and seen the movie and seen everything. So I'm talking to me and all of the good people out there who know what I'm talking about.
You broke the 4th wall and looked right at me. I didn't know you were actually looking at a mirror.
Well, I don't have anyone else here to talk to. You're the only, so I'm going to talk to these people. You know what I'm talking about. The HBO, the penultimate, it was too dark. Everyone complained, but when you actually watched it, like when it wasn't buffered through some weird encoding and you could watch it on like an actual screen, it looked great. But I missed that in this. I could tell that there was a lot of attention put towards the photography, and it is beautiful.
I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
And I love a quiet art house movie. I mean, I've said on this program already for this year, one of my favorite movies is Train Dreams, which is a very quiet movie. So is Hamnet, a very quiet, slow-paced movie. And I was thinking in terms for this, the comp that kept coming to my mind was Memories for a Murder, albeit also foreign language, but different foreign language. But it is a sort of quiet, small town murder mystery. And I love a murder mystery, and I love how this movie starts. And I'm really drawn into the sort of Laura Palmer of it and the question marks around.
Thought of the same thing
around the death. And I think it's hard for me because Lynch does this too, where he sets you up with the ideas of what with expectations and then purposely subverts them or doesn't satisfy you in the way that you want to be in it. And that's also about understanding the genre and really like leaning further into whether for Lynch it's absurdity or reality or sort of a weird combination of both. And I think this movie does sort of a similar thing in terms of like living somewhere in having these absurd, realistic moments of like, yeah, you do have 2 horses fucking. That's how you make another horse. And this movie like shows you that pretty brutally.
Yeah.
What I wanted more from this movie for me was a little bit more drive. I felt like the mystery was sort of like introduced and it kind of became an afterthought at some point. And I felt like I stopped really, I don't want to say I stopped caring because I didn't stop caring, but I stopped understanding, I suppose, what this particular story was now about.
Okay.
And I wanted the mystery to have more. Not to say I needed it to be solved, not to say that I needed it to go like crazy Knives Out shit. I just think I needed a little bit more drive in that direction. So I'm sitting currently at a 2.5 horses fucking. Because that horse, the male horse, he's basically 2.5, if you know what I'm saying.
He gives it to, hey,
have you ever seen?
I'd like to get off. I don't feel comfortable.
Well, the Reedland
like
marketing people right now are like, who did we reach out to?
I'd like to get off now. Okay, we're at a 3 front-loading washing machines and 2.5 horses fucking. Let's talk about Reedland.
Start the movie! Start the movie! Start the movie!
And now, our feature presentation.
Right up front, a million production companies.
Yeah.
Did you notice that one of them was BNP Paribas, which, as far as I know, is related to tennis?
Oh, interesting.
So if that was this brought to us in part by tennis?
That's mysterious.
I am
That's a mystery
stupefied
I want to solve.
by this. I would like to. I'm with you though. You mentioned Twin Peaks and David Lynch, and I mentioned The Straight Story at a point. I don't know if we were recording.
Yeah, I think you were.
If you hear that again, sorry. When he's just cutting the reeds, the atmosphere is so. That's what I get more so in terms of Twin Peaks. Is there is this atmospheric thing that grabs me, that this place that he exists, solitary as it is, etc., is incredible. And the movie very clearly wants to make one of its themes nature and nurture and respecting the land and
relationship with nature and
right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just like photography wise, the fires and the smoke and the controlled fires, and like clearly this person is very skilled at this and does this a lot.
I got stressed.
But yeah, as we were sitting here almost 1 year away from what occurred here in LA, like I was watching these piles of fire and all this smoke and thinking about all the reed that's surrounding him, and I'm just like, how are you containing this? How is a spark not getting like? And watching the fires, like watching those piles of reeds, and it's an ongoing thing in the movie, burn, is actually fascinating and beautiful to watch.
It like collapses on itself. It's
yeah.
almost like lava churning on itself.
Yeah.
It's quite striking. I also love the visual storytelling that happens in this movie. In that first clump of the movie where he's cutting the reeds, and you notice he's doing everything manually by hand very quickly. And he, like a plane or something flies over, and he's not happy about that. You can tell by his face, as the very little expression that he makes, he's so subtle. I think he's so good.
Yeah.
That he's just like, oh no, this. Like he hates all of this stuff.
As my grandfather used to say, yuppies.
Yuppies. What do they call them? Tutors in this?
Tutors. Yeah.
Something like that. Trotters.
When that first came up, I was like,
Schroders.
is this a thing that I am fully in the dark on?
I looked it up before the girl explained it right after the word is used. I felt like such a dipshit checking, like, what does this mean? You and I have worked land before, mowed stuff or fed animals or whatever this is. You just get to a level of need or accomplishment or whatever, and you just like the natural part of you is just like, I just gotta pee. I'm gonna pee.
Small anecdote. I mean, I grew up in the middle of the wetlands. We had property, and like I grew up with my dad just peeing anywhere on our property. Like,
yeah,
there's no house next to us. One of my first times, I think the first time I brought Jess over to my dad's house.
Oh no.
We were leaving the house.
No.
And
I think I can solve this mystery.
She got into the car and I was like, hold on, I got to pee. And I just like popped over to a tree up to the side of the driveway. And to me, I'm like,
what's the big deal?
And she didn't bring it up until actually more recently. I mean, we've been together for however many years, but she was just like, do you remember when you like just peed over there by the tree? And I was like, yeah. She's like, that's not a thing people do.
I think they do.
I think they do.
I mean, there's a level of decorum I think maybe you and I don't have. I don't know.
I mean, now is like
we're not proper enough.
As someone who goes outdoors camping, like that is a thing people do.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Animals.
Like, if you have genitalia.
Maybe not preferred.
That's easier to stand.
Oh, sure.
That's a whole different thing. Sure.
Absolutely. So he's doing all this burning and peeing and cutting, and we're just going through this guy's day. This is normally a thing that, I've been told. I'm primarily an actor, but I've been told as a writer, like, don't just write people like going about their day. I don't know. With this movie, it's kind of fascinating to me what he's eating, the way he's eating it, like how comfortable this person is in their solitary life, like the level of loneliness, and how he's just like, okay. And then a car arrives.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should I don't know how to feel about that. Do you feel stressed about it? Like when that's already a level of mystery to me.
The thing that I was thinking about watching him go throughout his day and like I was thinking a little bit of how Vince Gilligan sometimes opens his shows, his series, like Breaking Bad or episodes of Better Call Saul, where it'll start with something that just feels completely out of left field or like a mundane process of some kind.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is this? What am I watching?
And why am I excited by a car arriving?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it is like, one of my professors used to say drama occurs when an outside force disrupts a utopia. And I think like in this case, you could say this man working on this farm is a cycle, is his own utopia, and an outside force pops the bubble.
I agree with you. I think it does it so effectively on, essentially we don't know the budget of this movie, but like $1 in a dream.
Yeah.
These are very skilled people using good equipment and knowing what they're using and how to use it. There's no question there. We meet some of Johan's family. Well, we don't really meet his daughter ever, but his granddaughter is staying with him.
And we learn the backstory through her that his wife is passed.
Yeah.
And the horse is the sort of like the thing that ties him to he's a widower and his wife is passed. And so the horse is like their connection. It was like his wife's horse.
Yeah. And I don't know if it ever specifically says without being super blatant, being like, she died. I don't think it ever does that. It's just like very plain and easy to understand. Again, it's very pragmatic and banal in this what feels to me like very Scandinavian way that's like totally working for me.
Yeah.
He does breakfast with the granddaughter and she immediately is like, can I watch TV? And there's a level of him being like, you can tell there's a level of disdain, like, yeah, fine, TV, whatever. But I mean, he has one, like he has the internet, he has these things like,
well, I mean, I don't know if I totally agree that he just doesn't, because we learn in a little bit, like there are parts of technology that he is succumbs to.
Oh yeah.
Word choice.
Oh boy.
But do you ever find this sometimes in foreign language films, like especially breakfast, to watch what they're eating and be like, what the fuck is that? What do you do?
Absolutely.
In these other countries? Like,
is he eating 2 potatoes and like some sort of like delicious sauce I've never heard of?
Yeah.
Like that I need to know what this is?
Yeah.
Do I need to Google what he have
breakfast in other countries?
What Johan have dinner? Reedland.
Ask your AI girlfriend.
I am not putting in my credit card number. Okay, maybe I am.
I mean, you got free boobs without the credit card number? I was like, whoa.
But like, is that something to be concerned about? That's a theme that happens in this movie is we find that this girl is dead on Johan's property.
Some young girl, and it seems like a small town because we see him at the funeral. But yeah, he discovers in the reeds that she's clearly been like sexually assaulted and murdered. And this is where I came to like thinking we're going in the Twin Peaks direction.
Yeah. Felt very Laura Palmer, and the weather has changed.
Yeah.
That's a theme in this movie.
Yeah. I do think for me that there are times that we linger in shots, especially in the wind and I feel like we linger in them too much.
Yep. I agree.
And for me, it really kills some of the tension.
Yeah.
This is why I'm coming back to wanting more drive, is like, I wanted the movie to, and I kept thinking this too. I'm like, is this a lost in translation sort of thing? Is there just a different expectation from me?
I agree. I'm going to bring up my end of that more so toward the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of save that, but we're feeling the same thing.
I know you haven't watched it yet, but I think if you watch Memories of a Murder, you will understand what I'm saying in terms
I'm sure
of like
you're right.
What kind of, because that also leans absurd. Of course it does, right? Bong Joon-ho is a weirdo, but it's a different country. I don't know.
There's a level of like where I thought about Parasite and I thought about Mother while I was watching about this movie. I thought about a lot of great things that exist in this genre, which I think is to its credit. Like, I don't think it does any of these things like overtly. I'm sure some of it isn't even necessarily an homage. It's just a thing that like it triggers something in my brain, which for me is mostly pleasant.
Right. Yeah.
As we're talking about like a dead girl in Twin Peaks, it's mostly pleasant. I mean, the girl even looks a little like Laura Palmer when we see a photo of her at a point. Like, the cops get involved in this whole thing and Johan sees the drone and I think is again like, this is the world we're in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think there's a level of him not loving technology, but he goes and picks up his granddaughter after the cops use the drone mostly, I guess, to investigate the situation in the Reeds. And
I think they're searching for potential suspects,
clues, like where he found the path in the broken reeds or whatever of the whatever went through there, a walking path, a riding path, whatever it was. The movie does a lot to try to tell you what's going to happen or how it's going to happen or whatever with visualization. It's like the hippos fighting on the TV.
Yeah.
And it does, again, it lingers in some of these things. Like I would love an edit of this movie that is like 15 or 20 minutes faster.
And again, I think I kept coming back to like, is there a lost, because I love Let the Right One In, but it does something similar in terms of like in its pace, and it's famously that director, I don't remember his name from Let the Right One In.
I can't in this moment.
But did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which there was a huge...
Alfredson? No. Maybe.
I don't know. But there was a huge, I remember, like, disconnect on that film between all of the British actors and him, because he does not speak English. And they didn't understand what he meant with this, like, slow, drawn-out pace.
Yeah, there's a level of, I think, kind of having to deal with how basic and kind of like depressing living in like this is what happens when you're like eating breakfast alone and not listening to the radio, or like, this is what it is. And there's something that feels so insanely serious, as it should, when this single person is dead. Like, it feels like a driving force that does lose some momentum at times, Ben, as you're saying, where suddenly there is this storyline about the politics of the land that people are getting reeds from, and what land is being cultivated by whom and how. It gets like so much in the details, like in the reeds.
In the reeds, yeah.
It's
lost in the reeds.
It becomes a little bit difficult to follow, and the American disposition of me is like, well, I want this to be like somehow this girl got killed because she knew something about how this corporation was taking advantage. Like, I mean, that's what I want something to like,
because we're expecting, like, yes, and especially like coming from a noir or something like that, where you get these sort of like tying together. I'm not going to say, like, I just think this movie is very atmospheric. It's very visual.
Yeah.
But I think it lacks in story, and it lacks in script for me. Like, if you were to look at this script, I think it would primarily be a breakdown of the visuals and what the character is doing, and not necessarily like dialogue and story.
It's making you deal with the moments in between that are not like necessarily interesting. I feel like I live there too much.
Like in your life? Yeah,
like in life. Like where I love the movement in and around cars in this movie.
Is this a subgenre?
It is a nano genre. Like, suddenly the car turns right. Suddenly something flies at the car. Suddenly someone's barreling down at the car.
The rain on the car when he's driving the other girl home. Like
very effective.
like as it starts to unfold, like he is trying to solve this a little bit. Like he's kind of on this path to figure out what could have happened. The cops kind of interrogate him. And then there's this weird side quest where he jerks off to an AI girl.
Yeah. Don't forget about the cake farts.
Oh, the cake farts.
Don't forget about the cake farts.
I did.
So the AI girl, though, like, I do love that he tells this bedtime story to the granddaughter. And
Yeah.
I like their relationship quite a bit.
Oh yeah, me
That
too.
is really nice.
It's very sweet. Yeah.
I'm with you in like the AI thing is like such a crazy left turn.
Crazy.
That I don't expect that. Is that kind of how it is? Is that how it exists? Like, I don't know. Is my internet different?
Well, what I think I think that was an actual actress with like an overlay, like some weird graphic overlay. This is where I felt like the movie was now trying to give me the unease of Johan.
I agree.
Because he like blacks out while he's
after he climaxes to this
coming
AI,
to a decision.
Yeah, if he's going to pay the $9.95 or not.
He decides not to.
He passes out, and it kind of drives forward that he wakes up at an awkward time that he wouldn't normally wake up, and he hears these dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Or a dirt bike, and goes out. And is there a level of like, is he really seeing this dirt bike or not? Did this really happen? Like, that's the thing I think that the movie is trying to float. Like, is there a greater conspiracy? Is there not? And that's what you're kind of, I feel like, talking about a little bit with like the driver of the movie, and it may be lacking, or where is the movie going at this point, is like, well, and also, where are we?
And if you're going to introduce this idea that maybe Johan is an untrustworthy protagonist or what have you, that's interesting. Because, you know, it's similar to, in some ways, you know, like it's similar to, you know, Knives Out in that way, or Memento.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, oh, maybe this person is the bad guy or did something.
Is there some cognitive thing that's happening with him? Crossed my mind a couple different times.
But I feel like it kind of just like touches it with its toes and then goes, maybe.
You know, I will say I like that he asked the neighbors that are helping him with his granddaughter while she's visiting him or whatever's happening.
Yeah.
Where he kind of just asks, like, do you know anybody who has a dirt bike, after he sees this thing?
Yeah.
And that's what drives him to the neighbor's farm. The neighbors who were not angry when the like land grubby people showed up, and Johan has found this oil that I assume comes from the dirt bike that was on his property. It must be
that. Yeah. I was like, cause it's a deep puddle of oil.
Yeah. It's like, is there oil on this land? Is that why the corporation's involved? What's happening?
Yeah. I think this is where I felt lost in the reeds a little bit is when I started to go, what thread, which read am I following here?
I feel the same way.
And I don't feel like it focused down at all. It kind of just, because then we got the whole side quest with the school plays and like, and I get that it was visually stunning, like the whole school play. And like, but it felt like, and this is, I'm not trying to make, like, it just felt really art house for the sake of art house at times.
I do like counterpoint. I like in terms of the school play, like, yeah, sure, a school play would maybe be happening. I like that when the granddaughter is suddenly out of the car, he and me as an audience member, I'm like, oh my God, where is she? Yeah. Oh, did somebody take her? If you've seen the movie The Vanishing.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh my God, holy shit, what's happening? Just like in most cases, she's right there.
Yeah.
I do like that it does that. And I like in terms of the hippo, in terms of the versatility of the Reeds and what he can do.
It's
as an
cool.
old school craftsman, where it's like, I'm not going to pay the $9.99. I can do it myself. Like, I can get this done myself. And that totally works. It is interesting and a little bit weird and difficult, where it's like, he sees this girl dead on his property and a sexual assault has happened. He sees this AI thing. He gets his prize horse to fuck.
Yep.
And we see that horse fucking baby. Like, and
oh yeah.
In this moment, I'm like, I'd like to get off now. Like, I do want the movie to speed up. I want that horse to speed the fuck up. Like,
it's a very popular movie in Enumclaw for some reason.
Equus and this are the two most popular pieces of media.
Porn for animals.
I will say it doesn't look like any of the men are like super comfortable or proud or happy that this is happening until money's counted out.
Well, I'm sure those, like, again, I have a lot of non-actors in this. I'm sure that's like those guys' jobs.
That's how people make money.
Yeah.
I have family members that ran a cattery that specifically did Burmese cats and made sure to do ethical breeding for that specific cat. And I'm sure that there are people that do this with horses and stuff as well. Like we were talking about, there's a little bit of a disconnect that happened. And desperately, when he picks up the singing Eurovision girl.
Oh, right.
I get the feeling that like he's been inundated with all this sexual imagery that like the movie is really effective at this. It's not fucking Uncut Gems or something, but I'm like, what could happen here? Mm-hmm. Is he going to snap? Is he going to do something that I don't want him to do? I don't want him to be the bad guy. I will say this movie is so good at desperately making me want him as the protagonist, as the good guy.
Yeah, that is a moment of tension for sure. That, and the way they orchestrate the rain that's a moment that felt, again, I don't feel like I ever got an answer, and maybe that's the point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go. Because there's also him throwing the rock into the water.
Yeah. There's stuff that when he goes and gets gas.
Yeah.
At the Petter's farm, I think just to like, there's so much about gas and oil and stuff that happens.
There's like
it repeats. Does in life,
and there's a like a conflict here. Like the other farmer, like the guy in the John Deere that's like coming up on riding his ass,
which is the Petter's farm, his neighbor,
okay, yeah,
with the creepy old lady who loves the son. And but the SUN and the old man and the son SON who have to kill the cow.
Oh, the cow, right?
Because it has a bad liver, and again, this is farm life. This is how this works. But when the son has to get him gas, and it's like Johan, I think, is pretty sure at this point that this is the guy because he's seen the dirt bike,
right?
Where he's gone around on their farm and found this dirt bike, and a rock gets put in your fucking washing machine, and a rock just like being taken way out of the way to a pond. I
didn't understand that.
And then diving in to get it?
I did not understand. Maybe I missed something, but I also am like, what is the significance of this rock? Was he going to get fingerprints off of it? Is it the thing that killed the girl? I don't know.
Did he do it himself?
That's what I kept coming back to.
And the Petter's son is the guy in the John Deere tractor for certain. Like he's headed back to the farm at a point. And that's another recurring thing is this tractor technology barreling down is like Johan has like a late 90s or early 2000s as this is present day, I think somewhere right around present day.
Well, yeah, because the girl says her phone died, so they have phones.
They have cell phones. Johan uses a cell phone at a point.
Yeah.
But the neighbor's farmer son is constantly...
It's probably a petter-ass dude.
Petter-ass dude. Fucking A.
Yeah.
But
8-year-olds, dude.
Yeah, the 8-year-olds in hippo costumes.
Yeah.
Again, this is... I certainly hope every single fucking play in the Netherlands in Holland...
It was so cool.
It's so fucking good. It's really cool.
The designs on the hippos and the hippo masks, it made me think of this is a deep cut, but it's a Ionesco absurdist play called The Rhinoceros.
Oh,
and like it's just this. Yeah. Anyway, I thought about that while watching this because it felt very absurd and theatrical, and it was beautifully shot, and those designs are really cool.
I was gonna say Titus with Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah,
I got a little bit of that.
Yeah.
This movie again, I don't think it's necessarily trying, and if it's trying. Sven Bresser, what a deft hand.
Yeah.
In terms of all this stuff. It kind of sneaks up on you.
It makes me, for me, I feel, and I guess, again, I think that I'm a dumb American who watches dumb America shit like What's in the Box with Neil Patrick Harris. So like maybe y'all listen to this and we're like, oh, we're out. But I want to say that like I think that Sven Bresser is an incredible director.
Yeah.
My issue comes back to, for me, screenplay and editing.
Yes, 100%.
These are the things that I have issues with.
I think it's in this movie's absolute strength to be an hour and 33 minutes or some odd, like something like that. I think the point still gets across, or the lack thereof, as you've mentioned. I think there are things that you like have to keep that are so weird. It's like the thing with The Rock. I don't want to rewrite anybody's work. We try not to do that here. The thing with The Rock, like let the thing with The Rock happen, I guess, if it needs to happen. It is like there is a level of interesting, like that it happens when he does the laundry. But instead of him going out to the pond to throw the rock away, show him getting a new one delivered, or him buying and installing a new one, or something like that. And I do love that it's not something with him it doesn't seem like it's something that's cognitive. He still seems to fully have it together when he does the play as he doesn't want to do, and it's so beautiful.
It's very sweet.
And in terms of non-actors, fucking 5,000 reads, 1,000 claps, Eurovision superstar. That girl is fucking great doing that song. She's so good, and I now feel very calm again about Johan, as he clearly suspects the young men that are there watching her. Yeah. And the trotters or whatever they are. And I would have laughed at him it cutting to him having a new washing machine. I would have laughed at that. So sue me for rewriting that. Something I wouldn't rewrite, a perfect cut in this movie. Hour 34 and 34 seconds when it cuts to the one boy, and I know you'll know who I'm talking about when I go, the dark-haired kid.
Paul is making what can only be described as a dumb meh face.
Stallone.
Yeah, kind of Stallone.
Stallone smile. Stallone baloney. And Johan, as the movie does, constantly, he just goes back to what he knows. Cutting and burning reeds. He's making no money on it. Yeah. He's getting fucked over. People are destroying their land.
I love that tool that like levels the bottom of the reeds. Yeah. And like just takes off it just made me fascinated in it was almost like a documentary of reed cutting.
It's great at times. Like I think of Days of Heaven. There are things that make me think of like, is
Terrence Malick-ish?
Ken Burnsian?
Yeah.
Like a lot of shit that I really love. This is part of why I give it the 3, where it's like, I had a really good time overall watching this once. And part of it is like, there is a level of suspense that it keeps, like with the tractor, where it finally is clearly running them down. They've had to avoid this tractor a couple times or whatever at points. It's running them down in reverse or whatever, because Johan runs to his property and he's been paid for his horse and I don't know if the horse got shot or just poked in the neck. It's never explained if the horse dies.
Yeah, it's not, but it doesn't look like it's
you assume it's not going to have the baby, if nothing else. And like, it's tough to watch.
It is, yeah.
And we know that that's the petter's son that we assume, now we're back to this, killed the girl.
Assume, and is like threatening him for being onto them, maybe?
I think more than anything, like, leave us alone, as the cops are like, we stay out of it. It has nothing to do with you. And again, leads me to like, is there a greater conspiracy?
Are they paid off, or does it matter?
Right.
Yeah.
And Johan chases him down and chokes him within an inch of his life.
Oh yeah, I thought he was going to kill him for sure.
And there is a level of like, where I'm like, where it's like, that's an ending. Yeah. If nothing else, that's an ending. But he lets him go, and Johan goes back to cutting his reeds. Yeah. It goes back to what he knows. And the main thing that sticks out to me as we're coming to our final ratings here, none of the threads get closed.
I know.
And I know in life a lot of threads don't get closed, and maybe that's you and I being dumb Americans and not understanding that that's just not how life works. But I needed that in this movie. There are too many things happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it's like it lacks in a cinematic satisfactory ending. I don't get anything. I guess if this was like a series or something that like maybe there's more to be told.
That says something,
but
that you're willing to say that.
Well, I mean, he's going to appear in Doomsday, so
it's unavoidable now. Oh shit, they got the Reedcutter. It's over now. He gonna snap that thing. We're with each other a lot on this movie. Do we flip a coin? Do we snap to decide who gives their final rating?
Yes, yeah. Let's flip this card.
I'll do it.
I'll flip the card.
Flip it.
What do you want, heads or tails?
Flip it. You the kind of flip that kind of do don't go down my cher.
It's tails.
Oh mon cher. All right, my chérie, yeah, Wolverine, the clothes and the thing is, you got that read with that.
Were you Jean-Claude Van Damme?
/ Channing Tatum / who the fuck knows what? Johan from Reedland. Morph. I liked this movie. I am so glad that someone approached me about this movie and was like, you should watch this.
Yeah.
Your opinion would be great. If you're hearing this, praise the Lord. I'm a huge David Lynch person. I love Inland Empire and I love The Straight Story. I'm going to be like, you need to fucking see Reedland.
Yeah, it's like David Lynch meets Terrence Malick.
So specific.
Yeah.
So specific. And that's great. And I think it's really successful in a lot of that. I just have trouble with, more than anything, kind of it's great that there's this cut to this kid that's like, bleh, and it's great that there's this farting thing that happens at a point, but the movie has like no levity. It is real fucking thick. Yeah. It's not necessarily a difficult watch, but it is a taxing watch in that what Ben said, that like it takes a really long time to make cuts. And I get that life is like that, but I don't necessarily need this stark reminder. Sometimes movies are a nice escape from that I can enjoy.
Yeah.
That said, I did enjoy the movie. And the audio and video experience, despite some of the Vimeo link issues, fucking rules. It's really, really good. Stuff that's done with smoke and the orange moon and all this other shit. As much as there's a part of me that would come down, there's another part of me that's like, yeah, I get why it's been considered for some of these awards and why I haven't seen everything that's come out of the Netherlands in 2025. But like, yeah, absolutely submit this for major awards. Sure, why not? So a lot of people are probably going to like that this isn't wrapped up in a nice, neat little package, little box. Whatever the mystery is inside there, who's to tell?
What's in the box?
Ben, tell me what rating do you have in the box?
So to be clear, you're
still 3 front load washers.
3 front load washers. Okay. I think for me, like it's a real shame that this movie came out in the year of Train Dreams.
Oh,
because I just,
you don't feel like it's almost like complementary that these two things exist in a similar time, and like so many things that we've talked about that are so good.
I think the problem is that what Train Dreams does, because Train Dreams and Hamnet in some degree do a thing of lingering in these beautiful environmental shots and really like giving us beautiful photography. Both those movies are about grief. And also Train Dreams, this is not a spoiler because I know you haven't seen it yet, but there is a lot of potentially unanswered questions in that movie. I think that like I still walk away from that movie feeling very satisfied with the experience.
Thin Red Line, another Malick movie. I agree with you. There are things that just have Tree of Life that have, it touches on these things, but it doesn't touch the things that these things touch.
Yeah, because I think what ultimately I come away feeling dissatisfied. I don't feel like my time in investing into this story goes anywhere. I don't feel like I get return on investment. Like it just kind of feels like there was a concept, an idea, and story drive was not necessarily the thing that was going to be focused on, which is fine if that's what you want to make. And I'm not like, I think that Sven Bresser came out making the movie that he wants to make. And I think that like there's nothing accidental in this film. And that's a credit to the filmmaker.
And the fact that these are people that are, again, not actors. And like it has this extremely voyeuristic feel.
Yeah.
We've gone back and forth about this. Are you still at the 2.5 or did I lose you a little?
I'm going to stick at 2.5. I think that I considered going down, but I do think that there is a lot of like really fascinating, mysterious imagery in this that keeps you drawn in at times and keeps you, it does keep you watching. It just feels like you don't get to pass out after you climax.
Well, and like the mystery or mysteries that exist, or the like, what the fuck is going to happen now? What's about to happen? It does keep things spicy enough between some of these extremely like long periods between edits of just existential, this is nature, respect the land, things that I agree with. I lastly just want to say, I would say that Sven Bresser, somebody to keep a fucking eye out for.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't know if it looked like first feature length, like, holy shit balls, wow.
Yeah.
Way to go. No mystery there.
And your cinematographer.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
And the music. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in this that...
Technically, the movie's great. There's a lot of audio stuff, audio engineering, Foley and stuff that's like in the mix that is like fucking great and done really, really well. Is there anyone or anything else you'd like to talk about, Benjamin?
Is there anyone or anything else I'd like to talk about? No. I think, if you're listening to us for the first time, keep listening. This is not really what we do. So like our normal format is that we have a guest and that guest will bring us a movie that they want to revisit and we watch that and come together and talk about our experiences with that movie. Usually something older. We do a lot of 90s, early 2000s, 80s. Yeah. Sometimes we did a sweaty 70s summer. But if you're into movies and you're into a couple of people who think they're really funny and think they know what they're talking about. I mean, what the fuck do we know what we're talking about? This guy's way more talented than
Garrett
we are.
Knob is hilarious, sir.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're right. I'm sorry, Garrett Knob.
I thought he was...
Knob?
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 Noob.
Sorry. We're American.
Yeah, sorry about it. Either way, it's Paul breaking in from the edit. We ended with Paul at 3 front-loading washing machines out of a total possible 5, and Ben with a 2.5 out of 5 possible horses fucking. That's just a horse orgy. That's a horgy. Our themes on the bookends are Jamie Henwood, What You've Been Doing and What You've Been Watching are Matthew Fosket. Fun Facts is Chris Old. Follow us, listen to us, review us, share us with your friends and family. This is a labor of love. Don't hesitate to subscribe. Text us, email us. That's how we found this movie. It's true. We were emailed. I hope this movie ends up on Canopy. Check us out on Good Pods if you haven't chosen a platform to listen to your podcasts at. That's no mystery. We like them. We hope you have a great time watching Reedland or doing whatever it is you might do. Listen to our retrospective. So many episodes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the #1 way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening.